Boom. Hey internets, I had a good question, and this subscriber was asking if a company constantly runs sales, will it condition the customer to think about the brand differently? Brilliant question. This is actually a question that I've debated with or discussed, I'd say, in a couple different art departments where I've been like the director. So it's a question that at some point, if your company is doing a good job, well, actually at any point, right? Even if you're a bootstrapping startup, you're probably going to ask yourself this question, because you're going to have to hang with the big boys or all the brands that you wish that your brand will hang next to in whatever retail, right? So I'm gonna take it back, and I remember, gosh, maybe around 2010. So this is before Greg filed for bankruptcy with karmaloop.com. So if you're watching this way in the future from when it's past dated, karmaloop.com for a large amount of time was the biggest online retailer for streetwear. They had everybody. And before that, there was actually a company called digitalgravel.com, and Digital Gravel and Karmaloop kind of battled it out, but Karmaloop had big investors. They had an office in Boston and in New York, and I actually know a lot about the company intimately, just because when I was a creative director at Arisu, that company Arisu was owned, it was purchased by karmaloop.com. So a lot of our outside managers and different reference points for the company were actually under Karmaloop. So several YouTube videos in there somewhere, which I will drop whenever I drop. A lot of interesting experiences. In any case, the reason I bring up Karmaloop is there was a time way before I worked for them in around the 2010 area where they were just murdering retail. They were having sales every single weekend, it felt like. And I remember driving up to the Las Vegas trade show to Magic, and I went with a couple retailers. So one of the guys with us owned a small shop, no longer exists. But it was a dope little shop in the outskirts of LA, and I heard it firsthand. I mean, all of the online sales were just, I mean, karmaloop.com was literally murdering retailers. They were putting shirts on flash sale for like $10, and just really hurting anybody else that ordered that style, because you'd never get it for the same price. And so it kind of started all kinds of craziness where people were all trying to get chargebacks for the same products because they couldn't sell it. Karmaloop was killing them. And so I bring it up for a reason. Karmaloop was then still able to bring it all the way up to, like, let's say $28 to like $32 a t-shirt for the same items that they were bringing down at $10. So I think people that are consuming, think about yourself as well when you're shopping. They have a lot of flexibility when it comes to a brand and how they're going to purchase from a brand. There's a lot of dexterity there because people are really scared, like, oh, I want my stuff to be premium. I worked with quite a few brands where they're like, I'm not going to let my t-shirt price go under $40. And I'm like, that's fine, you can do that. It's always interesting because I know how much it costs to make not only a t-shirt but a pair of jeans and a hat, etc. But it's all about perception and marketing and the way you're going to place your clothing line in the mind state of a lot of people. Now, having said that, you can have sales. If you have constant sales, though, is that going to change their mindset? Probably. As this is post-dating a company that I was following for a lot of my streetwear brands as sort of a marker is Young and Reckless, and they do a lot of sales. They do a lot of promotions, and they got the muscle power to kind of do that. So when Karmaloop is doing that, Young and Reckless is doing it, they have sort of a foothold that's really good. I mean, if you Alexa Young and Reckless and check out their numbers on Alexa or Social Blade or anything like that, they're getting in some heavy traffic and they're pounding the pavement, right? So it makes it tougher for a lot of my guys on my channel are startups and just trying to get a good amount of flow going where they have enough product to make and sell before they can actually distribute. So that is bad news for you guys, unfortunately. But there's always things that you can do to kind of work around it and try to speak to your customer as soundly as possible, like exactly to your niche, and try to grow it like that. You just need 1,000 people that are super down with your brand to really get it into the webosphere or into the atmosphere. So will constant sales change the condition of your customer? It can. On one end, there's a lot of bounce back, so you can still be considered a premium brand. Number two, if you are doing massive sales, like let's say Young and Reckless, they're going for that mass. At that point, it's a different category. They're really competing with they're starting to compete with H&M at that point, and kind of a mass retailer of general fast fashion. But even within that, when I talk about Young and Reckless, there's a certain, when I say it to you, there's a certain idea of where you hold that brand because of its affiliation with like MTV, Rob Dyrdek, and with drama, etc. So there's something to think about there. The media aspect and the marketing aspect kind of keeps it in a certain place. So there's a couple answers there. Hope that helps. If you guys have any questions or thought of anything while I was ranting, please drop it all down below. Follow me on Instagram and social media when you get a chance. Like this. Please like this video. That was Jules Knowledge. I don't care. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.